Good morning, twin flame, twin soul, soulmates, fated connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini here for February 21st, 2020. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really does warm my heart, and I love you all so, so much. As many of you know, I'm a messenger, a guide on this journey, and every single day I'm delivered signs and things, and I believe these messages are messages that I need to deliver to you. So in the last 24 hours, well, more specifically 48 hours, a lot of crazy shit has happened. And so I'm going to go over that. I flip the cards out of my own entertainment. Everything I do in here. You can see there's probably about 8 here. I don't know, about 2,000 pages of writing, and I'm divinely guided by this. So as soon as I get the pen in my hands, that's when the messages come. I get a lot of messages when I wake up in the morning, and then when I come down and I start journaling, all these messages kind of come to fruition. So these messages, I believe, are messages that I need to deliver to you. So like I said, there's been some crazy stuff over the last 24 to 48 hours. I'll go through that, and then I'll flip the cards. And again, I just do it strictly out of entertainment. Everything I do is in my journal, and these are where the knowledge, the wisdom, the guidance, it all comes through my pen to paper. So I'm going to go over the number sequencing that I saw in the last 24 hours. Not very much, believe it or not. I work with numbers. So I saw 444, 1010, 1111, and 555. One thing I want to talk about is this tooth pain. And I actually went to the dentist on Wednesday because I've been having this tooth pain primarily on the left upper. It started on the right, and then as I get through this, you'll understand. So I went to the dentist on Wednesday because I was concerned, because I was getting all this tooth pain. And when I went to the dentist, they looked inside, and the x-rays and everything didn't show anything. No cavities, no gum problems, no nothing. And I kind of walked out of the dentist office. I was happy, but I was just mystified as to why this was happening. But again, I don't get it half the time. So that was fine. I was kind of very, very ecstatic that there was nothing wrong, but it just didn't explain the pain and the blood. So that was one thing. So then I was like, okay, fine. But then yesterday morning, I woke up with excruciating, like I mean excruciating pain on my left side, upper. And I'm like, what is it? Like it literally woke me up. And I'm like, what is this? So again, I have no idea what this is about. I guess I take pain of other people, but there's nothing wrong. But some of you have some tooth pain, and it's primarily on the upper left. I know this stuff seems very strange, but I don't know. I don't know how it's relevant, but again, upper pain in the left side. It's gone now. Like it's completely gone. Again, I don't know why these are messages, but they're messages. And then this morning I woke up with left foot pain. And it literally woke me up at about 1:45 this morning. And I literally had to come downstairs and take a Tylenol. It's gone now. I don't know what that's all about, but again, some foot pain there. I'm going to go over, I saw 3 hawks yesterday. Hawks are very significant. Haven't seen them for a few days. I don't look for them. There was 2 hovering over my car when I was driving home last night. To me, it was the divine masculine and divine feminine. Hawks mate for life, eternal love, past life, spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, all good things with hawks. So I love that. And, no surprise, I saw the doves. I see them every single day. There's one that's just kind of perched on a roof every time I leave for work, and, kind of flies by just to tell me it's there. So went over the tooth pain, the foot pain. All right. There's a couple of songs that I listened to that kind of resonated this morning. Boston, More Than a Feeling, and Aerosmith, Deuces Are Wild. And then I want to go over a few of the some of what's been going on in terms of like the energy. So I'm getting this nostalgia, confusion. Some of you are in like hermit mode. You're just really doing some soul searching. And maybe Mercury retrograde has pushed you into this. Mercury retrograde is, it's movement backwards, so maybe that's where the nostalgia is coming from. But some of you are in hermit mode and you're just kind of isolating yourself to heal. There's a lot of healing going on, and that's, when you're in hermit mode, you do the healing. There's a little bit of fear of letting go. This journey is, there's a lot of fear involved in this journey. A lot of it has, to do with one's sanity. You do a sanity check every once in a while, like, what is this? What's this about? That's the fear. Fear is good when it's healthy because fear protects you in being safe. A healthy amount of fear is good. But if you have too much fear, it's not good. And there's been telepathic communication going on. And also, one thing that, when I was, I have a bath every day and I meditate in the bath, and that's how I clear the energy. But I got this message in the bath, and it was ill will, ill feelings. And ill will equals ill within, if that makes any sense. So if you harbor all sorts of nasty feelings within yourself, that's a poison within yourself. And ill will is exactly what it is. It's ill will. ILL equals ill. So if you have ill will, you harbor, guilt, shame, anger, all sorts of emotion, that's ill will. And if you have that ill will, you'll be ill within. And these are poisons within yourself, and these poisons can manifest into something very serious within your body. So always come from a place of unconditional love. And again, these messages are messages that are delivered to me, and the ill will is one of the most important messages today. Ill is exactly what it is. So if you harbor those emotions, you will manifest illness within you. And also too, vitamin C. I keep getting that message. And again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, just pack it away. Please don't leave comments on the wall saying that this doesn't resonate. I will take down any negative comment, just so you know, because this journey is a journey about unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. So if you're going to harbor bitterness and you put the bitterness on the wall or the channel, I'll just take it down. So when I go live on March the 9th, specifically I'm going to be answering questions. That's your time, to ask me any question, and I'll give you the answer the best to my abilities. What I'm also doing is, a lot of people email me and ask me if I'll do this, if I can do this, if I can talk about this, speak about this. So what I will ask, again, is if there's something specific you want me to talk about, send me an email. I won't respond to the email, I get too many. But I'll look and see if there's a pattern. And if there's a pattern, then I will speak to that. If certain people are, asking about certain things, I will not speak about karmic adultery, so that definitely will not be talked about, because it's just something I don't believe in. But, there's been, people asking me about false twin flames and all sorts of things, narcissism, all sorts of things. So just send me an email, and I'll gather all the emails, and if I see that there's traction on one particular subject, then I will elaborate on that subject. Another thing is like I said, I get emails every single day. I can't respond to all of them, and I get emails from, believe it or not, doctors, psychologists, and it just it astounds me how I'm getting to psychologists, and psychologists are highly educated individuals. They're book smart, but what I always say is life is the best teacher. There's no greater teacher than life. And sometimes we put labels on things, and labels are meant for jars, and they're not meant for people. And sometimes university and all of the, by no stretch of the means am I saying not to educate yourself, but exactly what it is a label, and a label can never ever quantify your intelligence or what you have within. So I'm going to get started. Um, Again, I do 4 cards, 4 being my birth number, and everything always resonates with my journal. I pick out the most important messages from my journal, but there's so much, much, much more in my journal. And I always just let the cards speak for themselves because they always resonate with my journal. And as I said, this is strictly out of my own entertainment because they never cease to amaze me. No 2 days are the same. And if they are the same, it's because the message isn't being told. My hands are divinely guided mostly by my pen. So I'm going to call out to my guardian angels, and I'm going to ask for 4 messages. And again, exactly. Okay. All right. So this nature card keeps coming out. Exactly. 2 things with this nature card. Get out, get into nature, get some sun on your face. The sun is one of the most holistic planets that we have, and it's there for a reason. And just a couple of minutes of sunlight will really, really help you, get you, a better frequency within yourself. Fresh air, it's proven. Fresh air is good for the lungs, good for the heart. Move more. And lastly, butterfly. I see this butterfly here, and resurrection, rebirth, rejuvenation, all sorts of good things with this butterfly. Many of you are metamorphosing into a butterfly. You're getting to the greater sense of yourself. You're healing. You're getting harmony. You're getting peace. All good things. And I love it. I love it so much. And, the next card here absolutely put it. I should have said it. Denial. There's a lot of denial in the last 24 to 48 hours. Again, it's a test. Everything in this journey is a test. It's a test in your faith, what you believe in, what is in your heart. Part of this journey is denial. You're like, this isn't real. I'm hearing things. I put telepathic communication there. I'm hungry for knowledge. I'm a Gemini. I'm always researching. And this actually does exist. So you're not insane if you're feeling this. You're getting to a different dimension, and that's what the 3D world does. It tricks you, it tests you. And you can absolutely have that telepathic communication. But the denial is the ego as well. And, it's the ego always wants to win. Fight for dear life. And it just is part of the journey, denial. But you always have to believe what's in your heart. The head sometimes messes with the heart. And, there's studies that prove you can actually think with your heart, believe it or not. Like I said, hungry for knowledge all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of denial going on, and just trust you. Victory, absolutely victory. This is a daunting journey. It's been brought to you for a reason. You have to heal that inner child, self-worth, self-love, unconditional love, forgiveness. You have to be almost returned back to an innocence, if that makes any sense. Once you evolve throughout the journey, there is each portion of that journey, there's victory, if that makes any sense to you. Victory within. You have a sense of peace. You have a sense of wholeness, enlightenment, blissfulness. And you just have this light shining on the inside of you. And that's victory. This is a journey of oneself and getting to that higher sense of yourself. And once you get to that higher sense of yourself, there's victory. You just have this euphoric feeling within, and you've been returned to the innocence that you were meant to return to. And I love it so much. And also too, for many of you that do the work and evolve through the journey, whatever the victory that you have in your heart will come to fruition. And I love it so much. Exactly, this is a spiritual journey. And that resonates with the hermit mode. Some of you are just, working on that soul recovery. And that's exactly what it is. It's soul recovery. Your twin comes in, awakens you to past hurt, all sorts of things that you need to heal within. And as I said, it's a journey, and each part of the journey, you get some victory. You get some wins there. There's some denial. Denial is part of the journey. That's the trickster that comes in and tricks you. Some of you will never get past this, and you will stay stuck, and you won't ever evolve forward. Unfortunately, that's why I'm here. I'm a messenger here. I'm meant to deliver messages. Everything always resonates with my journal. And, I was summoned to do this. I was pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And there's days where, I just don't want to do it, but it's like, no, you're doing it. And I've learned not to argue. Okay, so I'm going to do, again, interactive messages here. I don't want to be specific. As the cards fall, I'll know whether it pertains to divine masculine or divine feminine energy. Exactly, just energy. Oh, yes, I forgot. Okay, no, I'm going to wait for the cards. I say a lot of things, but some things I just save for the cards, but we'll see if they come out. They never fail. Too many. Yeah, so if there's specific subjects you want me to talk about, just send me an email, and like I said, I will put it all together and I will talk about that. Only if I get the messages, though. Usually when I get the pen, I'll get the message. All right, so very diverse message here today. Very diverse message in my journal today. Ghosted. This is not a pretty card, is it? Many of you have this illusion that you're being ghosted. This is a journey of healing. You come into each other's life and you invoke that healing. What happens for some of the twins, and it's just the evolution of the journey, you come into each other and you have this profound love. It's unexplainable, it's confusing, you can't rationalize it. And we always want to rationalize with our head instead of our heart. And what happens, if this is truly a journey, one twin will run. Primarily because of the intensity. They're not ready to face what they need to face at that time. But it's not ghosting. They're doing what's good by them. And whatever twin runs, they don't just do it out of ill will, let's put it that way, malicious intent. They do it because they can't deal with that turbulence in their life. And they have to do what is good by them. It's not ghosting. It's not narcissism. It's called healing. If this is truly your journey, you come in, you have a job to do. Is it fun? No. Because you're neurotic at the beginning. You do not understand this journey. And it's like, what is this? What is going on here? It's something far greater, but separation, is physical separation is part of the journey. There's an old saying, love, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what this is about. It's about healing. It's not about ghosting. And this is for you divine feminines, get rid of the ego there. It's all about energy, healing that energy and getting back to that pure innocence. Some of you, not all, some of you have been tainted, severely tainted as children, and you need to restore that innocence within yourself. And once you restore that innocence, you will be the most blissful being in this world. And you'll just understand as you evolve. Blocking connection, couple things here. I think these cards go together today. So, there's some ego saying, well, I'm being ghosted, I'm this, I'm that, the other, this and that, the other. Whatever twin ran from the connection, they ran, like I said, to heal. And they have regrets. Deep, deep, deep regrets within. Because they know that they hurt the other twin, but they didn't mean to. And some of you are in a place of ego and you're blocking the connection. You're blocking on Facebook, you're just blocking the connection in general. And that primarily stems from the ego. And you just always have to come to a good place within and love unconditionally, and that's loving freely without condition. And I feel I need to elaborate on that right now, because some people are like, well, I'm loving without condition, but my twin's not coming back. Well, then you're not loving without condition, because you're putting an expectation there. So, sometimes the divine comes in and blocks the connection as well, because, the twins aren't doing the work. One twin is doing the work and the other twin is not. So the divine will come in and block it. So some of you, the divine is saying, nope, you're not doing it. So guess what? I'm blocking this connection. This connection is a divine connection, divinely guided in divine time. So if you're not doing the work, the connection will get blocked, And like I said, there's been some pretty stressful energies. 3D world, exactly what I was saying earlier. We live in a 3D world. 3D world primarily stems around ego. That's the world we live in. We live in a world full of egos, inflated egos. It's difficult to come from a place of pure love. Your ego always wants to fight in the 3D world. And, you just have to get to that place of pure love. It's tough. I work for a narcissist. And I always have to come from a place of love. It's tough. And it's tough to let that ego die, because that ego is like a fire within you. But you just got to let that fire blow that flame out and just get to that place. And if you don't, maybe that's why the connection's being blocked. Spying. Got this the other day. This card makes me laugh always. There's definitely some spying going on. It's purely out of curiosity. I think both twins spy on each other, to be quite honest, just because they kind of want to see what they're up to. Spying on social media, it could be driving by the house, it could be anything. Spying is just curiosity for what they're up to, because if you truly haven't had communication, verbal communication, there's always that doubt. There's that 1% of doubt within. You got 99%, I don't know, 90. You're 99% sure that this is what it is, but there's always that 1% there. So you have this need to say, let me check and see what they're up to. Nothing malicious. It's just protection for the connection. But there is absolutely been spying going on. You love each other. Why wouldn't you spy? It's not a bad spying. It's a good spying. So I'm going to call out to my guardian angels. What is the overall energy of this connection as of now? We live in the now. We don't live in the past, and we don't live in the future. Exactly what I said. I can't. You'll realize I can't if you're new. Yep, everything. Okay, this is the one I wanted to come out, and it did come out. So exactly what I said. Fear, love the eyes. Eyes are the gateway to the soul. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But there's a lot of fear. So much fear in this journey, because it is a vulnerable, raw, pure journey. It opens you up. It opens your heart up. Your heart's like wide open and it's vulnerable. And there's fear there. It's like, what the frick, man, is going on with this? I don't get it. I don't, And there's fear. There's fear when you start the journey. There's fear throughout the journey. It's just fear. And you have to get to that healthy amount of fear. One twin runs out of fear. One twin is reluctant to let go. That's your fear. Lots and lots and lots of fear. And denial, fear. Anger, fear. This is all your fear working in, overtime. So just try and let the fear go. Get to a healthy amount of fear. Like I said, fear is there to protect you as well, to keep you safe. But I feel like there's some fear of letting go. Let go. Live. Live your life. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be, and what will happen will happen. But if the reluctance to let go of the connection is you're blocking it, believe it or not. And you just have to let go of that fear. If this is truly your journey, you have the love in your heart. No one can take away that love except for you. You and your ego. I love this. I write right now. I love everything. I always do. Go within. Like I said, some of you are in hermit mode. You're spiritually evolving, waking up, ascending. Go within. Go deep within. I feel like, like going deep within the inner depths of your soul and try and figure out what it is you need to heal. It'll come to you when it's meant to come, but just go within and be honest with yourself. Most importantly, be honest with you. Because if you're not honest with yourself and you say, hallelujah, I'm healed, then you're going to be blocked. It's a journey. Every single day you evolve. And many of you have a lot of healing to do. And, some of the things you don't even realize you need to be healed. Last week I spoke of bitterness. The bitterness may not come from within you specifically, but there's bitterness within the karmic family tree. And you have to get rid of that bitterness. Make sense? Hopefully. Again, as I said, there's a lot of confusion right now. A lot of confusion. Last 24 to 48 hours, there's been a lot of confusion. Here's a guide. It is a confusing journey. It questions your sanity. It questions a lot of things, but again, that's your ego. And, you just are extremely perplexed. And you have questions. You're like, why? Like, why me? Like, why did this happen? Like, you're confused. But you get the answers along the way. And confusion is a necessary part of the journey. And confusion is one of the things you have to overcome. It always comes back, right? You have to believe what's in your heart. Believe and have faith. And keep that belief and faith in your heart. And push that confusion out. And just know what's in your heart is truly in your heart. And I love it. I love it so much. And lastly, and I did absolutely put this there, creative. Both twins are creative. You're creative geniuses. You're artists, musicians, communicators. You're very, very gifted. This journey has amplified your gifts within. You could be empaths. You could be so many things. I feel like a lot of you on this journey are empaths, and you feel empaths are very, very intuitive. They're very, very intuitive with each other, and I feel like a lot of you are empaths. So very, very creative. Each twin has activated that creativity within themselves, and I love it. I love it so much, and I'm getting these messages right now, both divine masculine and divine feminine. So thank you so much, divine masculine, for opening up that creativity, and divine masculine to divine feminine. Thank you so much. You've opened up that creativity that lay dormant for so long, and I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's that. So let's go with some other messages here. And again, you're all doing great, and I love the way you guys and gals, I guess, support each other on the channel. It's phenomenal. You truly come from a place of love, and that's what you want to get to. It's for, well, I'll take them anyway. Okay. Diverse again, but always resonates. I did some research on twin flames. Resonates. Again, Many are waking up to this connection, ascending to this connection, not knowing what this connection is. When you started this journey, you knew that this was something more than you've ever felt before in your life. And it's puzzling and confusing, like that confusing card came out. And you just don't, you want answers, like you just don't understand it. The love is so profound, it's raw, it's vulnerable, it's pure, it's great, it's all good things. But it happens so quickly. And that's because you're meant to come to each other. Many of you, it's past life. You know, many of you, you've crossed each other's path in this lifetime, in this 3D world. And you were meant to meet, but for whatever reason you didn't. But, you know, many are doing research on twin flames. And what I always, you know, think sometimes too, is love does not discriminate. You know, love is love. Whatever is in your heart is in your heart. You know, so it doesn't discriminate against twin flames, soulmates, whatever it may be. You know, whatever's in your heart is in your heart. It doesn't discriminate. So, as I said, labels are for jars, not people, not situations. So if you're in love, follow your heart. Think with your heart. It's hard for me too. I think this message is for the divine feminine, from the divine masculine. It's hard for them too. It wasn't easy. The divine masculine energy generally runs from this, and it's hard. Running from that and understanding and getting to that higher sense and the awakening, it's hard. And one of the hardest things for, you know, that divine masculine energy is they have regret for the hurt. You know, it's like, oh, I never meant to hurt my twin, but I just wasn't ready. But it's hard for them as well. Exactly this, exactly. Part of the journey is cutting the fake people out of your life, the people that no longer serve you. It's, you know, there's people in your life that you're blind. You're blind to their intentions. They have ill will. They have ill intention towards you. You come into each other to wake each other up, to see the bigger picture of life, and to see the people that are not serving you, and you just cut them out. You know, it's, you know, you want people who serve you with the best intentions and you know, love you unconditionally as well. And you just kind of, you know, your twin comes in and wakes you up, and then you're like, shit, this isn't working, man. So you just delicately push them out of your life, and I love it so much. And lastly, I think you are sexy. So sexy. I believe both twins believe that about each other. You know, you come to each other for a reason. You're a vision of beauty to each other. You know, and that's the way it is. You just view each other as pure beauty, within and out. And remember, beauty comes within. It doesn't come, you know, there can be the most beautiful people in the world, but they're the most ugly on the inside. So, I love it so much. And then lastly, my favorite here, animal spirit, divine feminine, always first. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for one. I feel like I have to shuffle these, even though they're hard to work with. So if one card flips face up, I'll take it. If one falls out, I'll take it. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for divine feminine animal spirit. And this fell out on my lap, and I'll absolutely take that. I love it. Lions. I think that's my favorite animal, to be quite honest. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for divine masculine animal spirit. That's one card. Elephant. I love it too. I love it. Elephants are very intelligent. Pride. Courage. Alright, so lion spirit. And I've never gotten this card before. 3 and 7, 37. 3 and 7 is 10. Be generous of spirit. And again, number 37. What do we have here? Lion spirit. A healthy ego means you ease God's order instead of edging God out. Lion spirit appearance is a reminder that you have been given a gift, a pride, and a healthy sense of your worth to express your divine authentic self in a unique way. You are both king and queen, secure in your prosperity and wisdom and generosity of spirit as you help others. Take pride in your ability to serve from the heart. Contentment with what you have right now allows you to use your resources wisely as you give others in ways that educate, heal, inspire, and delight. Be proud yet humble. Practice gratitude, and you will find the accolades that come to you that are no match for the joy of knowing what you have been able to do for others through expressing the bounty of generosity within you. Lion Spirit knows there is a great savannah before you, and many who will benefit from the healthy expression of your unique set of gifts if you choose to work in partnership with Spirit. All your relationships flourish as you express your worth and generosity of spirit with humility and kindness. What a blessing you can be to all. I love it. I love it so much. Exactly a healthy amount of ego. And be and grateful. Every single day, I'm always grateful, and I say thank you for the blessing of another day. Come from the heart, always. And I love it. I love it so much. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. And that's number 25. So 2 plus 5 is 7. And I always say that as well, learn from the past. So cutting the fake people out of your life, is that one of those things? Okay, although we often wish we could leave the past behind, Elephant Spirit reminds us that memories matter. We must respect the wisdom of elders who hand down us traditions as they have helped shape to express our connection with each other and respect for the community. What has become before informs us what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget the legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant Spirit appears with a message that we are to acknowledge that which came before us and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you've experienced, the stories in collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. Exactly. The past is meant to teach us, not to perpetuate the same cycles, and to learn from them and change if you need to change them. And much of this journey is learning from the past and changing some of those karmic cycles for the betterment of the future. So that's what I have for that. And lastly, I have these beautiful, beautiful love messages for you to take today. And tonight, afternoon, wherever you may be. And I'm going to call out to my guardian angels for one card, please. Too many. Thank you. Front, back. And it says, life is forever changing in accordance with nature's divine will. May we lovingly embrace life's changing seasons in the acknowledge that all as it should be and that love is all there is. Exactly. I love it. I love it so much. Love, love, love. Love with the heart. Once you become, love from the heart and give unconditional love, believe it or not, you become a love magnet, and that love comes back to you. And I love it. I love it so much. Again, thank you. If this resonates, thumbs up. If you're new, kindly sub. And I wish nothing but blessings for you on your journey. Have a great day, folks.